Hello guys, my name is Warren Hammond from the Teacher Trainers channel. We are two trainers with over 2 decades of experience in the ESL field. Today guys, we're going to be looking at the top 5 must-know tips for the new ESL teacher. Tip number 1, get familiar with who and what you are teaching. The basics, age, level, timing, class sizes, the activities you will use all matter. Remember to know your content. Be clear, be specific, and goal-oriented. Course curriculum. Of course, you have the books that come with your classes. However, is this really enough? Sometimes you might need to supplement your course book with some extra materials that really connect with your learners. We'll see why in point number 2. Tip number 2, identify your students' interests and goals. For example, young learners might like sporting exercises, running around, colors, fruits, animals, things like this. Your adult learners may enjoy going out with friends, playing sports at the weekend, for example. Get to know your learners. It makes a big difference to the relationships in your class. How can you do this? Through icebreakers, activities that you use, perhaps worksheets that you might have, pair work, group work, physical exercises, maybe thinking type activities. All of these will help create more of a relationship in your classes. Once you know this, your lesson plans can be updated. The activities you use can be updated to make more relevant activities for your learners. Finally, this also creates that positive, safe learning environment, which creates better retention for your students, and again, a better relationship between students and the teacher and students. Tip number 3, observations, mentors, and training. The easiest one of these guys would be observations, right? Jump into classes where other teachers are teaching and observe them teaching. See what activities they use, how they build relationships with your students. Try to find some of the strengths that they have. Perhaps that will help you with some of your weaknesses. The second, a mentor. Find somebody who is an experienced teacher that might be able to give you advice, maybe help you get through some of the struggles that you might be having with your classes. The final one of these guys is workshops and training. Go out there, find different workshops that might help you with a particular skill. Get some training in a particular field. Perhaps it's vocab, pronunciation, grammar, whatever it is. If you are in Vietnam, guys, come and join us here. We have plenty of workshops and training courses to offer you. Tip number 4, be well prepared. What does this mean? First, lesson planning, a critical part. Knowing your lesson and what you're about to deliver, ensuring that is a goal-oriented lesson with clearly timed sections will make sure that your students can follow it easily and achieve the target lesson. Second, are your activities that you use. Make sure that they are your activities, that you know how to deliver them, that you have all the materials prepared for them, how long they take. This all matters, and it ensures a fun and exciting class for your students. The third is yourself. Take care of your mind, your body, your soul. Plenty of water, plenty of rest, coffee if you need it. I know I do. Again, you will become a bit of a role model to your students. So ensure that you are full of energy. Tip number 5, practice makes perfect. I'm sure that you have all heard this before, but what does it mean and how can we use this? 3 steps for you guys to follow, a little bit of a process. First is to record yourself, watch it, then take some notes so that you can see maybe your strengths and points to improve. Alternatively, you could have somebody come in to observe your class, perhaps that mentor, that experienced teacher that you're now friendly with. Bring them in, get some notes. Again, strengths and some of the points that you can improve in your lesson. Part 2 is to review these notes, right? Again, have 2 columns, one for your strengths, and if you've got lots of strengths, fantastic. Give yourself a pat on the back, you're a teacher, well done. On the other side, your points to improve. Take some of these points, not all of them, but take a couple of them, maybe 2 or 3, strong points that you can improve in your next lesson. If you try to do too much, you're going to have too much to improve at the same time. Part 3 is to revamp. What does this mean? This means to go backwards a little bit, look over the material, the types of activities that you're using. It could be something about your delivery that you're doing. right? And improve those two things in your next classes. Guys, I'm gonna leave you with a final point here, is not to be too hard on yourself. You are not a robot. Your spelling's not always gonna be absolutely perfect. You might miss an I, for example. Again, don't be too hard on yourself, guys. It takes time and experience to improve. Guys, thank you very much for watching the Teacher Trainers channel. If you like this video, hit like. If you thought it was valuable and helpful, hit share to your community of teachers and friends out there. And if you want more, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the future videos that we use and show you next time. Guys, thank you very much. I'm Warren Hammond, signing out. See you next class.